Is this on? I don't know. It feels really odd talking to a camera, but hey. Welcome. This is a complete surprise to me, but I have decided for some random reason to start vlogging. How long it will last for? It could last weeks, months, years, or it could last days, possibly even hours if I forget to pick up the camera again. But we're going to give it a go. We're going to see how it pans out. I haven't got a clue what I'm going to do with it. So I thought I'd start with this one because I'm going to London for a few days to see Jane McDonald. Anyone that knows her, she's done loose swimming. She's always on TV. She's on cruise ships. She's fantastic. You may have heard of it. You may not have. But I'm also doing a headshot session as well on Tuesday. Get some lovely new headshots done because I want to start my acting career properly in the new year. So I thought I'd start off with doing a vlog of my trip to London and we'll go from there, see how any of it pans out. I may forget to pick up the camera again, so you may never actually see this footage, but if I do remember to pick up the camera again, welcome. I'm Dom. I work front of house in the theatre. I, where possible, before. What you'd class me as, I don't know. I've got a degree in musical theatre, but so far I've done no musical theatre. I've done comedy. I've written my own fringe show, but that's about it. But that's me, a little bit about myself. Welcome. Don't know what this channel is going to be called. Haven't thought of a name yet. Will it be daily vlogging? Haven't got a clue. But I thought I'd start off with this. Is it too early to do shout outs? Because if not, shout out to a really iconic couple, my friend Ruben, who I work with, and his girlfriend Lauren. They may not be watching this. If you are watching this, hi, I thought I'd give you a little shout out. If you're not watching this, then there's no point to that shout out. But they're dancers. They've got a couple of dance companies. Follow them on Instagram. It's Ruben's Dance Company and Dance Collide. I hope I've got that correct because he will kill me if I've got it wrong. Also a shout out to Jeanette, who I work with, because if I don't give her a shout out, she'll be still banging on about it this time next year. But yeah, that's it. Just a little welcome. I'm about to head off to London. I've got me a coffee that I've just spilt all over me. As per usual, those that know me know I do spill things quite a bit, so that's not a complete shock whatsoever. I'm about to head off in the next hour to get my train. I'm meeting my friend Frank in London. We're going to do some bits around the city. I think he wants to go to Harrods to look at their Christmas shop. I really hope he doesn't get me to buy anything in there because they're really expensive and I've got 2 days in London. But it'll be nice to see Christmas stuff. I love Christmas. I love autumn. Those that know me would know that. I'm trying to get things in the camera. I'll probably get better at that at some point. I may not. I don't know. But that's hot. I'm meeting my friend for today. So I'm meeting Frank in London. We're going to do some bits tonight or today. I'm staying in a hostel because it's really cheap. Like a hotel was 300 quid for 2 days. And I wasn't going to do that. So I'm going to go and stay in a hostel. Never stayed in one before. Don't know what to expect. It could be really nice. It could be really horrible, but it'll be an experience nonetheless. And then tomorrow, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing some more stuff in London, going to Jane McDonald in the evening. I cannot wait. I love Jane and I've been wanting to see her for ages. And then Tuesday, I've got a headshot session. So yeah, that's it. I will hopefully, I remember to check in later. Bye. I've actually remembered to pick up the camera again, surprisingly, and it's my first time vlogging in public, and those that know me now can be really self-conscious at times, so I'm actually surprised I've bucked up the courage to actually pick up and film and talk in public. We'll see how long that lasts. Those that know me will also know that I really love autumn, and it's that perfect autumn temperature at the moment, which is why I've decided to walk into town to get my train and not drive in and park up somewhere. Although I do know that walking to town knackers me out, so I'm probably going to regret that later on. And I've set off really early, so I'm going to be really early for my train, so I'm going to go and grab a coffee when I get into town and ponder about for a bit before getting my train. I forgot to mention earlier, actually, I'm also starting a paranormal podcast called UK's Most Haunted. So for anyone who's interested in like paranormal stuff, it could be the podcast for you, so check it out. I'm recording the first episode with some two other people in the next couple of weeks. It's not out just yet, although by the time I release this vlog it might be out, I don't know. And again, with this vlog I have no idea where the podcast is going to go. I may do loads of episodes, I may not do loads of episodes, it depends if I remember to actually record any, but I'm kind of trying to do a different avenue with like the paranormal podcast, in that rather than just being me waffling on about like the history of Warwick Castle, for example, I'm doing it with two other people. I'm going to turn it into a bit more of like a conversational podcasty type stuff with like back and forth banter. So that should be interesting, and we're going to interview people who have been on like ghost hunts and like skeptics, I think. So yeah, if that sounds like your thing, then check it out, UK's Most Haunted. I'm going to put the camera down now because I struggle with multitasking and I need to concentrate. But I am listening, if anyone's into musical theatre as much as I am, I'm listening to the musical adaptation of The Notebook at the moment, which is really good. So if you're into musicals and you want to check a new one out, The Notebook is really good. I've not actually seen the film. I think it's a film. I could be wrong. But anyway, the musical version of The Notebook sounds really good so far. So I'm going to listen to that, walk into town, and at some point I will pick the camera back up again. Can we talk about how beautiful Victoria Park looks in this really nice autumn weather? So I can show you. I've literally been waiting for this weather all year. I've been doing like a countdown since January because, like I said in the previous clip, those that know me know that I love autumn and winter. So it's been a long time coming and I'm making the most of it. And I like how it's a really peaceful and Sunday morning as well. I really like it. I'm really trying to get with the autumn vibes this year, because literally for the past 2 years I've been slacking so much with just not finding the time to actually do anything. So I've made a point of actually getting with it this year, making sure my house is decorated, doing all the literally autumny stuff I can think of, except baking, mainly because I'm rubbish at baking, although I was going to try and bake this year, and maybe I still should. I might try and give it a go, but I've got me pumpkin spice latte. I'm literally trying to go around all the places that do pumpkin spice lattes to see which one is like the best. And so far, I think Starbucks is probably the better one, but I'm trying the Coffee One place today. I've not been there in ages. I used to go quite a bit, but it's kind of out of my way when I'm going to work and that. So I'm going to try that one to see what it's like. So I've just got to London and it is so busy today. I don't normally come on a Sunday, but I've been on Sundays in the past and it's normally been really quiet, but that train was so packed. I literally had to nab a seat next to someone, and as I sat down I knocked my coffee with my bag and it spilt on the lady next to me. She took it reasonably well, but it literally took me forever to find a tissue to actually clean it all up. But yeah, it's busy. So I've just got to London. I'm going to find Frank, and then haven't got a clue what we're going to be doing today. So, yeah, just catch up later.
Is it bad that tree costs 4 times more?
I don't you want to talk about this? These cakes. Up now. Up.
Hello. I've realised I haven't picked up the camera all day, which is great for my first vlog to not actually pick up the camera and film stuff, but I did that intentionally because I thought, you know what, I've not seen Frank in ages, and I thought it'd be nice just to enjoy the day and not worry about filming any content. But going forward, I do actually need to remember to I do need to remember to pick up the camera and film when I'm out and about doing stuff, otherwise there's no point doing a vlog. But yeah, it's been a nice day. I went to Harrods for the first time. I always said I would. It's kind of one of those things though, isn't it, that when you come to London, there's things that you need to do and see and visit. I feel like Harrods is one of them, so he dragged me in there. Some of the prices actually were really reasonable, but there was, because we went into like the Christmas part, because I love Christmas as well as autumn. I love Christmas, so he took me into like the little Christmas shop, and it is massive. And as someone who loves that time of year, to see all these like Christmas decorations and everything was just really exciting and got me sort of looking forward to Christmas. Then I saw the prices, and there was literally a wreath in there for £625, and someone bought one, and I was like, okay, look, I believe in life, I believe that you need to treat yourself and get stuff that you want rather than not just stuff that you need. But there's treating yourself and spending £625 on a wreath you're only going to put up once a year. It feels like to me some people have got more money than sense, and literally some of the prices were just astonishing. There was I think, what was it, there was an ornament or something for like over £2,000 for a little ornament of that size, and I was like, really? £2,000 for an ornament? But I did treat myself. And I got I got myself a little cake from Harrods. It's £6. I'm trying to film that. I need to get better this camera stuff. You know what? I will take a photo and I'll pop it in the video somewhere, but I literally got a cake. It was a slice of honey cake. Was it honey? Yeah, honey cake, for like £6.50, which is expensive for a slice of cake, but I consider to be really reasonable and a treat. You know, there's treating yourself. £6.50 for a slice of cake, that's treating yourself. £625 for a wreath is not treating yourself. Although I did nearly buy it, I'm not gonna lie, I did debate it. But anyway, yeah, so we did that, and then we had a walk around, and then we went to Bill's and grabbed food, and then I was really knackered, so we parted ways, and I thought I need to check into my hostel. So yeah, like I said, I think I said in the first clip, I've never stayed in a hostel in my life, and I wasn't too sure what to expect. But actually, you know what, so far, once you get over that initial stage of being in a room with other people, because if this room fits 4 people, and they're bunk beds, and there's 3 of us in here at the moment, once you get over that initial stage of being in a room with other people is actually not that bad. I don't think I'd want to do more than 3 nights here, but the staff are really friendly, seems clean, and I met a guy, I'm sharing a room with a guy from New York called Marcus, I think he said his name was. Yeah, Marcus. He seems really nice, so I got chatting to him. I've not met the other person yet, they're not here. It should be alright. I'm going to chill this evening, I'm knackered. I love coming to London, but I don't know how you guys you feel when you come to London or that, but when I come, it just knackers you out. And I've got a busy couple of days ahead, so I'm just going to chill this evening. I may go for a ponder later on. But other than that, I'm going to be spending the evening here, and I'll try and actually I will show you. You know what? I'll film another clip and I'll show you the cake and what the room looks. I'm really tired, and what the room looks like. I need to get better at camera angles. I think, you know, it's my first vlog, so I need to stop panicking about filming too much and whether or not I am filming anything and camera angles. But I'm sure I'll get better as time goes on. Yeah, I don't know whether I'll do any more footage this morning, so I'm a bit conscious of filming when there's other people about in the room and that. But I will, if not, I will see you in the morning for when I do heaven knows what. I haven't got a clue what I'm going to do tomorrow morning. I might go to a museum, I might go to Buckingham Palace, not go to Buckingham Palace. Although I'm sure King Charles would appreciate me banging on his knocker. I don't know, he may not. Yeah, I will see you either later on or tomorrow morning. As promised, here is a view of the room. It's nice, it's decent. It's good space. There's 4 of us in bunk beds. But more importantly, my first ever purchase from Harrods, and quite possibly my last. I'm not actually seeing. See, it's a £6.50. I mean, it's expensive, but it's Harrods. You kind of have to expect it. But it looks really nice. Although I probably won't end up eating tonight because I've had way too much food. But yeah, it looks nice. Good morning. Welcome to this very wet and rainy day here in London. I've just walked 16 minutes to find a coffee because I want to go to Selfridges this morning because apparently it's very nice. And I went out to Harrods yesterday, which I really liked, so I thought I'd give Selfridges a go. And apparently all their Christmas decorations are out, so I thought I'd go and take a ponder at that. What else am I doing today? I made the mistake of not getting the tube, so I'm drenched, and I'm probably going to end up walking to Trafalgar Square. Just to save on money. So I'm going to be very wet later on. But yeah, it's first night in a hostel. It was alright. Someone did walk in at like midnight, and they were in the bunk above me, so I did get woken up. Other than that, it was alright. It was pretty quiet. It was decent. So I'm just going to take a ponder about today. I don't know what else I'm going to be doing. I know I'm going to go to Trafalgar Square. I probably might go to the art gallery just to get out of the wet. But I'm not on that. I'm just going to play the day by ear, and I've got Jane McDonald tonight. I also need to go and source a new shirt for my headshot session tomorrow because the one I've brought with me is creased, and I don't think I'm going to get access to an iron, so I'm going to pop into Primark just over there and get a cheap shirt. But yeah, I'll see you later. So I promised myself I wouldn't get too excited, but I've just walked into the Selfridges Christmas department, and honestly, I'm like a little kid again. I've got really excited. There's literally stuff everywhere. It's like walking into a little winter wonderland. I'm loving this. I am going to do a time lapse, but there's literally so much stuff.
Yeah, I was just thinking
I think if you love Christmas as much as I do, you're going to absolutely love this. So if you ever get down to London over the next couple of months, pop in, because I can literally spend hours in here. So much stuff. Expensive, but there's a little pick and mix ball. Hello. So I've just got back to the hostel and I am shattered. I've done so much walking today. I decided not to get the tube anywhere because I thought it's not raining hard. It was raining this morning, but it wasn't raining that hard, then it died down. So I decided to walk everywhere. I walked from, I took a trip to, where was it? I looked around John Lewis and did a bit of a trip around all like the Christmas departments of John Lewis, Selfridges, and one other place as well. And I was in my element. I love Christmas, so to kind of put the Christmas decorations up was really, really, really nice. I think I preferred a Selfridges to John Lewis. John Lewis I've seen quite a bit, and theirs is really good, but Selfridges go full out with theirs. You'll see in some of the clips I put up. But yeah, I decided to walk, and then I took a walk down from Oxford Circus to Piccadilly Circus and then into Trafalgar Square and went around Downing Street, where else did I go? Leicester Square, down into Buckingham Palace, Parliament Square, and just had a bit of a ponder about. I did take some videos, but I was just conscious about, like, I wanted to pay attention to what was around me, so I wasn't doing many videos talking to the camera. But I did some time lapses and took a few pictures. And as you'll see in one clip, there was someone outside Downing Street preaching about Jesus. So I took a video of him, and then walked up to Parliament Square and came back down again. I just got into my back to the hostel, and I'm shattered. So I'm gonna go and lie down for a bit, take a shower, and then I'm off to Jane McDonald's tonight. Jane McDonald tonight, when I can speak. I'm really excited about that. I've been wanting to see Jane for ages, ever since I've watched like Cruising with Jane McDonald and all the Singing on Loose Women, so I cannot wait to see her tonight. And then I've got an early start because I need to head out to Chiswick to do my headshots. So I will check in. I hope everyone's doing well, and I will check in a bit later on. Good morning, how are we all today? I forgot to pick up the camera when I got back from the Jane McDonald last night, but she was amazing. I mean, I knew she could sing, but my God, can she actually sing? And some of the notes she was hitting and some of the songs she sang, they were really difficult songs. She had a fantastic rendition of Rise Like a Phoenix, which is the Eurovision song for anyone that remembers it, but the whole show was fantastic. She knows how to put on a show. She's one of those kind of true, sort of old school showbiz entertainers, and it was a real honour to see her finally, and at the London Palladium of all the venues, one of the most iconic theatres. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. What was it? One of the most iconic theatres in London. Yeah, it was an honour to see her there, but I will talk a bit more about her and her show later on. I'll do another sort of full, not review, but running commentary, so to speak. But today I am in a completely different part of London than I'm used to going to, and that is Chiswick, because I've got a headshot session with a guy called Callum. Because I need to get some new headshots. I haven't had any done for 4 years, but it's in a part of London that I'm not familiar with whatsoever. It looked easy to get to, and it was, until I stayed on the tube longer than I needed to. Ended up having to do a 30-minute walk from Acton to Chiswick, but I am here now. It's a lovely part of London. I've got my coffee. I've still got 15 minutes to kill before my headshot session, and then so I'm just going to ponder about for a bit without looking too suspicious, and then the session is just over an hour long, and then I'm going to head back to Paddington and head home. But yeah, it's been a lovely couple of days in London. I'm getting run over. Those that know me well will know I love the city, and I'm here all the time, so it's always a pleasure to come back whenever I get the opportunity, and it's quite nice to be exploring a part of the city I've never been to before. So yes, I will see you later on. I'm back with me lukewarm coffee and me autumn candles set up. I've not picked up the camera since yesterday morning when I went for my headshot session with Callum. because the train journey back was hectic and I was knackered when I got in yesterday, so I didn't pick up the camera. But I'm back now. Yeah, I've had a great few days. Literally, I decided to start vlogging spontaneously, so I'm not too sure how this is going to turn out. I've got a couple more days to add on. It's definitely not going to be the best thing in the entire world, but hopefully I'll get better as time goes on and I film more stuff. But I think I've got enough content. I don't know. I've never done this before. I've never talked in front of a camera before, and it's been quite daunting. I need to get better at filming in public. I think that's the bit I'm most nervous about, because I'm always kind of like self-conscious of like people watching me. So if anyone's vlogged before and can give me advice, that would be really great. Yeah, but I thought I'd do a little catch up. Yesterday, like I said, I was in Chiswick with my headshot session. I think I mentioned in the clip that I stayed on the tube longer than I needed to, and I ended up having to do like a 30-minute walk from Acton to Chiswick. But I didn't mind that actually, because the weather was really nice and it was actually quite nice to get out of like the central London, because normally when I go to London, sorry, I'm in like the central part, like doing like Trafalgar Square, Piccadilly Circus and Oxford Circus, mainly because I go to see shows. So it's quite nice to kind of get out of all of that and go to some of the more other parts. And Chiswick is really nice, Acton is really nice. Apparently a lot of celebrities live in Chiswick, and I was looking up who supposedly lives there. Al Murray, Dara O'Brien, Brian, the comedian, and a few other people. But I didn't see any of them. Not that I was poking my head around that much, but yeah, so I'm quite... Sorry, that was Ruben reacting to something I put in the chat. Go away, Ruben. I'll be back to you in a minute. But yeah, the headshot session. So Callum, he's an actor himself. He's recently done Romeo and Juliet in the West End with Tom Holland. He's also done Mamma Mia in the West End. That was his first job. And he did something else just before COVID as well. But he's kind of taken a break from acting to focus on headshots. And he's a really lovely guy, and it was a really chilled session. The last time I had headshots done was 4 years ago, during COVID, and they were fantastic, great shots. But it was time for some fresh ones, I think. So I need to get back into me acting properly. I know I've done stand-up comedy and all that lot over the last couple of years, but in the new year I need to actually properly get back into it. So I thought, you know what, start off with some new headshots. Got to start somewhere. Callum was recommended to me by my amazing singing teacher, Megan McKenzie. So if anyone's looking for some singing lessons, Megan is your woman. I'll tag her in somewhere. Megan, if you're watching this, hello? You may not watch, I may not send it to you, I don't know. But if you're watching it, hi, thank you for the amazing singing lessons. I'm having a great time being taught by you. And Callum probably won't be watching this, but thank you for the great headshots. Not that I've seen them yet, but they're going to be amazing. I'm going to stop waffling on and talk normally now. But yeah, headshots. Callum, yes. So it was in his flat in Chiswick that I've mentioned a million and one times. But it's really relaxed. He banged on some music. We were chatting back and forth while taking the photos, and it kind of made for a nice, relaxed environment, which is kind of what you need when you have headshots done. You don't want to be tense. So he really broke the ice by chatting back and forth. So if there's any actors out there or performers wanting some headshots, Callum Henrik, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Callum Henrik is your man. He's on his social media somewhere. But yeah, he was fantastic. But the night before, on the Monday, Jane McDonald. I love Jane. I love Jane. And I've been wanting to see her for ages. But she doesn't go on tour a lot. And when she's been on tour in the past, I've either been too young to actually go and see her, or I wasn't really aware who she was. But I've loved her since watching her TV shows like Cruising with Jane McDonald, her one that she does up in Yorkshire where she lives, and a couple of other ones. I think she's amazing. Some people don't like her. Some people find her a bit much, but I love her and I've been wanting to see her for ages. So when she announced her tour, I quickly booked tickets, and London was the nearest venue to me. She was amazing. You know what? The London Palladium is such an iconic venue. So to see her anywhere would have been amazing, but to have watched her at such an amazing venue like the Palladium just felt really special. And she started off as a cruise ship performer, and to go from cruise ship performer to selling out the Palladium and the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, which she did a few years ago, that's something to be really proud of and quite an achievement. And there's always a stigma attached to cruise ship performers, so to see someone like her go from that to where she is now is astonishing. And I don't think there are many celebrities that are loved by their fans as much as she is. I mean, the warmth and love that was coming from that auditorium was just exquisite. And they loved her. Loved her. And she had, I think, 4 standing ovations throughout the show that were just completely spontaneous. She's got an amazing voice, a cracking voice. And what I like about her, she doesn't just stick with one style of music. She goes from 70s disco medley to power ballads and country music, and some of her own songs which she's written as well that were great. Like the range of her voice and what she can do, and amazing. And she doesn't mind. She's 61 and she still sings live every single song, which many stars don't do anymore. You see a lot of these old performers that are getting on a bit where they mime certain songs, or they can't really sing anymore. But she's 61 and she can still belt out a tune one after the other. It was astonishing. And she knows how to put on a show. I'm very picky on not just the performer, but the whole package. And the sound system was the best I've seen in a long time in any show. The backing singers, the band, the sound team, the lighting team, everyone. She knew how to put on a show, and she gave you your money's worth. So I recommend checking her out. She's got loads of albums. She's on socials. She's on your TV. She's on your TV all the time doing something or another. My hand's going out of... Never mind, I'll get better. Jane McDonald, if anyone gets a chance to go and see her, either now in her tour or Panto, she's doing Panto at the Palladium this Christmas, Robin Hood, with Julian Clary. She's playing Maid Marian, he's playing Robin Hood, as you do. So go and see her, go and check her out. She's amazing. But I've got a programme. I love getting a programme. Some people don't like getting them because they're expensive, but it's a nice memento. £15. I've paid £15 for a lot of programmes, especially in the West End. It's a good programme. I wouldn't say it's worth £15. There's a lot of photos of Jane in there, obviously. I'm not expecting photos of anyone else, but Jane McDonald, go and see her. Check her out. She's fabulous. I'm going to get off now. I've got places to be, but I will pop back on at some point over the next couple of days. I've got a quiet day tomorrow. I'm seeing Joe Pasquale. Anyone who knows who that is, I'm going to work to see them. But Friday, I'm going out in the evening, so I'll probably vlog then. But see you soon. Good morning, I hope we are all doing well. Just thought I'd check in. I've not filmed for a couple of days actually. I mentioned the other day actually, I'm trying to get into the autumn vibe a bit more this year and do some more autumnal stuff. And one thing I've not done this month is to have a nice walk in the morning, across in a nice autumnal walk. So for the past couple of days, I've actually made a point of taking a nice walk into town along the canal. And actually, it's really nice. It's nice. We kind of take this country for granted, I think. We may not have the stunning architecture of Italy or places like that, but we've got some really lovely sort of countryside canal areas that I think we take for granted quite a bit, and I do as well. I need to go into next year. One of my New Year's resolutions is to do some more walks and make the most of our sort of countryside and nature. And I've started now. I'm doing a couple of autumnal walks. I'm walking into town along the canal, got all the leaves everywhere, and it's actually really nice. And tonight I am off to Welford Park, I think it's called. I think that's wrong. I'll have to look. But anyway, they've got a kind of like a light display going on, so I'm going to that tonight. My headshots have come back. They're looking really, really, really good. There's like 450 of them so far, and I can only pick 3. And I'm struggling so far. Some of them are a bit, like I've looked at them and I've gone, I look awful in those photos, but there's some really nice ones in there. So it's going to be a hard pick. So I've sent them to a few people to have a look.
Yeah, they expect it to be a gift. Wow. Oh, that's what, no,
It's alright. As much as you can, you'd be surprised.
Jump up and touch them. No.
Monday, it's going to be a big cough. So either you do it now, bite the bullet and do it now, or don't do it for another 5 or 10 years, but